Ramana Maharshi's words are deep and direct. My comments are intended to bring his deep words into your experience. I'm reviewing and commenting on the book Talks with Sri Ramana Maharshi. This week is from Talk 141. Let me get it on screen and read it. The same gentleman later, after quoting a verse from Kavalya, asked, "Can jhana be lost after being once attained?" Maharshi says jhana, once revealed, takes time to steady itself. The self is certainly within the direct experience of everyone, but not as one imagines it to be. It is only as it is. This experience is samadhi. Just as fire remains without scorching against incantations or other devices, but scorches otherwise, so also the self remains veiled by vasanas and realizes itself when there are no vasanas. Owing to the fluctuation of the vasanas, jhana takes time to steady itself. Unsteady jhana is not enough to check rebirths. Jhana cannot remain unshaken side by side with vasanas. True that in the proximity of a great master, the vasanas will cease to be active, the mind becomes still, and samadhi results, similar to fire not scorching because of other devices. Thus, the disciple gains true knowledge and right experience in the presence of the master. To remain unshaken in it, further efforts are necessary. He will know it to be his real being, and thus be liberated even while alive. Samadhi with closed eyes is certainly good, but one must go further until it's realized that actionlessness and action are not hostile to each other. In this dialogue, a gentleman asked whether jnana, direct spiritual knowledge, can be lost once it's attained. Ramana Maharshi responds with deep insights into the nature of jnana, the role of vasanas, mental tendencies, the significance of a spiritual master, and the relationship between samadhi, meditative absorption, and worldly action. Ramana begins by explaining that jhana, once realized, takes time to stabilize. It's not a fleeting or temporary experience. Jhana is the direct experience of the self, but it's crucial to understand that it's not as you imagine it. It is simply as it is. This experience of the self is samadhi, profound absorption. Ramana talks about vasanas, which are mental impressions and tendencies that rise from past experiences. These vasanas act as veils, obscuring the true nature of the self. Vasanas are habits based on the search for happiness, mistakenly looking for it in the external world. The vasana rises due to your search for happiness and memory where once you thought you found it. Until you truly know that happiness is found within yourself, vasanas will continue. Due to these vasanas, jnana takes time to become stable. Unsteady jnana is insufficient to break the cycle of rebirth, samsara. Nomi's practice on his way to steady realization was to focus on his vasanas and remove them. After doing this for several years, then the final steady realization came. Ramana emphasizes that in the presence of a realized master, the vasanas become dormant, the mind becomes still, and samadhi naturally occurs. This transformative experience with the master leads to true knowledge and experience of the self. However, further efforts are needed to remain unshaken in this state. Without a master, the search is more difficult because you depend more on your own mind, which is what you're trying to overcome. These videos help bring Ramana Maharshi's teachings into your direct experience. Subscribe now